Something really scary?
Tell me, what use is there for a butterfly with no wings? And I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse. Obey.
Please help!
Run.
Obey. But the eyes are full and blinded with pride. And now the devil is knocking on your door. We live in a world where society has poisoned the souls of men. Obey. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. We're coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Christopher Belton, the mad scientist of media here at THC Limitless, and it is time once again for everybody's favorite podcast show. This is THC Time, and I am gifted today. I am blessed, as they say, with a tremendous group of guests, and we're going to go ahead and bring out our very first one right now. This gentleman is an esteemed filmmaker on the indie scene and is a very hard-working man to get in touch with sometimes. Mr. Gary Hale, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, my friend. Glad to be back.
Excellent. Glad to have you. Now, I know you brought some friends with you. Who'd you bring with you today?
Okay, so this time, we talked last time I was on about this. I think we mentioned that I was going to be filming the silent shorts. And the first silent short we're putting out is The New Catacomb, and it has a cast of two. And those two guys are Blaze Shiro and Patrick J. Lawler. And they are here with me today to talk about this short. And you're going to premiere the short too, which is great. The three of us have seen it, but nobody else pretty much has seen it.
Can anybody hear me? I'm sorry.
I can hear you.
Yep, you're good.
You're
good.
Okay.
Everybody's good. Blaze is on mute at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep,
There we
I
go.
just
Perfect.
didn't want the background noise.
Nope, no worries at all, gentlemen. Welcome to THC Time. It's always a pleasure to have new folks on. And so
Thank
tell me a little bit about how you
fabulous.
guys got hooked up with Gary here.
Oh boy, do you guys remember?
Blaze, I'll let you go
Yeah,
first on that one.
Blaze, when we filmed, Blaze and I talked about this, and I don't think either one of us remember.
That's on you, Blaze.
What happened?
Or I'll go
So-
first.
Basically, I don't remember, somehow somebody gave Gary my contact, and he messaged me and explained it and said, "Hey, this is what I want to film. This is what I want you for." And I said, "Cool." This was back in October, November, something like that.
It took us forever to actually get the shoot scheduled. It was crazy.
Yeah, and then I know that we were supposed to film it a few different times. We were supposed to film it before the new year, and then I think January, February, and then we ended up having the role of Kennedy, Patrick's role. Actually, we had a few different people, and then people drop, people's schedules change, and it happened to work out the weekend we filmed because Patrick had just come back into town, and it all kind of just fell into place on its own. So it's cool when that kind of works out. So
Nice, nice. Now, Patrick, had you worked with Gary previously?
From what I understand, I believe it was all three of us. It was our first time like actually legitimately meeting together.
Correct.
So
Absolutely correct.
honestly, it was very interesting at 9 in the morning, like coming in like now beating sweat, like thinking like, oh crap, I gotta act for this guy that I don't know. But like no, like I had not known him prior, so I had actually found Gary via Facebook.
Excellent, excellent. So some good stuff still comes out of social media. That's good because a lot of crap today these days, but at least some positive. That's the thing. I was gone from social media for 5 years, just after a certain election. I just didn't want to deal with what was going on. Because I didn't want to hear. I was tired of hearing it beforehand, let alone what was going on. So for 5 years I was out, but then I had a book I had to sell, and unfortunately, it is a great marketing tool.
And I'll tell you something else. From my own experience in the indie film community, I have never been offered a role except on Facebook Messenger. That's where anybody
All right.
contacts anybody for indie film. I swear
Yeah.
to God. If you're not on there, you're really doing yourself a disservice because that's where all the deals are made for hooking up for indie film.
Absolutely. But there'll be a change in that soon because I've got a plan, gentlemen. I've got a plan. And it's a pretty good.
Sorry to cut you off real quick, but I did not hear a word of what Gary said.
Oh, wow. You
Okay.
guys heard me?
Yeah, I heard you fine.
That's weird.
yeah, I heard him fine.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, that's on me then. My bad.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Right on. Fair enough. So, Gary, this is the second batch of these, or the third batch?
It's actually the third batch. Yeah, we did a batch of 5, then another batch of 5, and this one we were actually originally when Blaze was talking about how we tried to reschedule it. I kept trying to do it with a location that I didn't have to pay for.
Right.
I thought if I can just shoot one, if I don't have to pay anything, and every location we had kept dropping out. So it's like ultimately I was like, I got to rent a place. If I'm renting a place, we're doing all 5 at once. So that's what
Sure.
we did.
Sure. Yeah, because the hustling back and forth, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and it's not cheap to rent these places either. So,
Which is crazy because you would think that at a time like this, where we are financially, like if I had a spot to rent and somebody came up and was like, "I'll give you $200 for the day," yeah, okay, no problem. If it's empty, I'll take $200. There you go. Clean up after yourselves when you leave.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it was actually probably less than that, except since it's a basically an Airbnb, VRBO we used.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to rent it for basically the day before so you can get in there and set up. Otherwise, you can't get in until like 4:00. So you got to do a 3-day rental. But but I don't know. I don't know how much. I do know he rented it the very next day. There was somebody else in there, so he's keeping it pretty full. So I don't think he's having trouble with it.
Right on. I stayed in a couple recently on my trek across the country, because I'm in Arizona now. So life's been a little nutty, but things are going really well. There's big things afoot, but let's go ahead and get into this here now. Tell me a little bit about the inspiration for the new Catacomb.
Okay, so when I was originally doing these, the very first batch were all old stories. I mean, the whole idea was to do silent shorts that looked like they could have been made in the 1920s. And so initially I thought, let's use stories that were around then. For one thing, they're public domain, so I can grab them for free. And for another thing, it would have made sense for people to do adaptations at the time. And then I slipped in a few of my own. But this one is an Arthur Conan Doyle one. And tomorrow's his birthday, which is why it's actually premiering.
Nice.
It's debuting tomorrow on the Spooky Ventures channel in honor of his birthday. But I read the story, and to me, it's got a real Edgar Allan Poe kind of vibe to it.
Sure.
And it's there are so many layers to it that I absolutely love the story. So, and it adapted pretty well because there were only two characters, and really only two sets you needed. So that worked pretty well.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and, ladies and gentlemen, the world premiere of the new Catacombs. So let's check it out, and we'll be back in a few minutes. right. Excellent. Good stuff, my friends. I like it a lot. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back and play my favorite game. And let's see. This is a good one. All right, my friends, here we go. This is my favorite game. It's time for Straight Fire.
What if CAT really spelled dog?
All right, this is Straight Fire. It's 5 random questions, no wrong answers, and don't think about it too hard because, quite honestly, it doesn't really matter. So normally what I do is a one-on-one situation, but I'm going to ask the 5 questions from each to each one of you. And so give me your answer there. We're going to go ahead and start with Gary. First question and last question are always the same. First question is always, if dogs wore pants, would they wear them on 2 legs or 4 legs?
2 legs.
Right. All right. Blaze?
Definitely 2 for sure.
Patrick?
Patrick? Can you hear anybody?
Uh-oh. Did we lose Patrick? Well, we didn't lose Patrick, but
I think he lost us.
we might have. Very strange. All right. We'll give him a moment there. Can you hear us, man?
Can you hear?
Something screwy going on around there.
He's going to log back in. I don't know.
Yeah. The joys of live television.
You
Yeah.
never know what's going to happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
How about now?
Yep.
We
Hey,
can
boys,
hear-
am I back? I'm so sorry about that.
Can
No
you hear
problem.
us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so
All
the
right.
question on the table is if dogs wore pants, would they wear them on 2 legs or 4 legs?
You know what? I gotta agree with Gary on this one too.
All right. All right.
We're all in agreement then.
Yep. 2 legs.
Oh, I didn't hear what Blaze said, but
Yeah,
okay.
he also said
Oh, well, then I gotta be the offcut. Never mind. Here, I'll make my argument now for 4.
The best answer I ever got was pants on the back legs and a little jacket on the front legs.
That's perfect.
Well, are not coats like pants for the arms?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
Exactly. All right. So, Blaze, let's start this one with you. You are in a cabin in the woods. There is a book bound in human flesh and inked in human blood. What do you do with it?
Probably leave. If I'm being
All
honest.
right. All right. Gary?
I'm not touching that thing. I've seen the Evil Dead movies.
Patrick?
Klaatu Verata Nicto, man, we're reading the book.
So many people tell me that they read the book, and I'm like, guys, we're horror creators. We know what happens in this scenario.
Yeah, but like you're horror creators, but you want to make chaos. That is what creation of horror is. It's a little bit of chaos,
You know what, Patrick? This is why you died.
Yeah, free time.
You have the horror movie logic thinking.
He's
Fall down, you just stay there.
Hey, you died in the next one too, but Blaze died in the next one as well.
Yeah, good.
3
Okay.
to 1 though.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm a nice guy with a Mr. Rogers mug right now. You just want to kill me in all your projects, Gary.
Can't hate a guy with a Mr. Rogers mug. I mean,
Yeah, dude, come on now.
Hey, Mr. Rogers liked the Evil Dead.
I'm sure he did, actually.
Yeah, because he George Romero worked on his show, And so
What?
Romero invited him to, yeah, George Romero was like a cinematographer on his show. And so Romero invited him to the premiere, and he showed up. And when he left, he told Romero he liked it.
Right on.
Holy cows!
That's, hey, weird shit happens. And
Yeah, no, that's some weird coincidence.
oh, yeah, it's weird stuff. All right, Patrick, we'll start this one with you. Question number 3. Fast or slow zombies?
All right, I'm gonna go fast.
Okay.
And I know. And can I give you an answer?
Sure, absolutely.
I mind you, I will find a bunker to hold down to, and if they're fast zombies, their muscle tissue is going away real quick. So, you know what?
Exactly.
My answer. That's where I sit.
Exactly. Blaze?
Yeah, I would say slow, just because, if you survive long enough in the apocalypse, eventually it's just going to become second nature when you come across them. Like, oh, there's a crawler, boom, dead, just kind of move on. Fast ones, if they're healthy enough or not decayed enough, they, could be more dangerous. So,
Well, that's the recently deceased, and this is an argument that I've seen made over the last year or so. The recently deceased being quick does make sense because their tissue has not started to degrade or fall off or anything like that. So I don't know if they need to be superhuman fast, but they can certainly. Because for a long time I was like, no, fuck the fast zombies, But then
I'll save my thoughts.
Yeah. Gary?
Well, if I had to fight them, I'm going for the slow ones because you can bunch them up easier, and they're not going to come out of nowhere. You're gonna see them coming. But to watch the movies, I like them both.
Dawn of the Dead movies are the two of them are both really fun films. Like I'm a Romero, I'm a Romero kid, and when I had seen that Zack Snyder had done it, I was like, whatever, and then one night I was home and a little outside of my mind, I'll just put it that way, and I was watching something, and then it came on after that, and I was like, oh, okay. So I watched that, and I was like, you know what? That wasn't, other than the mall, there's not really. That's it. It's just a shared, like, oh, it's in a mall, but it is a totally different movie, and it introduced me to Richard Cheese, and Richard Cheese and Lounge Against the Machine are awesome. So, this question here. Do vampires sparkle, Gary?
Oh, hell no. Absolutely not.
Patrick?
When they die, yes, they sparkle. In the daylight.
In the daylight? Okay.
And when they die, yes, they do technically sparkle. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be Gary. I do not mean to be, yucking your yum. But yes, they definitely do sparkle. They definitely do sparkle when they die and burn up. So,
unless they're wearing sunscreen, because apparently,
okay. Well, if we're looking at the Blade universe, come on.
Place.
Only if you're Robert Pattinson. Otherwise, no.
You know what, though?
Bank account, but
I have to give that kid credit. He really, he shook off that stigma. And
he did. He's doing great things now.
Yeah, he's doing amazing work now. And I was glad because, it's like, okay, well, he's a good-looking kid. He's got some acting skills, but, you do a movie, you do a series like that, you're so often in danger of being like, oh, you're the sparkly vampire guy.
Yeah.
And, but he was like, fuck you. And he went on and he's been doing great.
I think his turning point was actually the Safdie brothers with Good Time, actually.
Yes.
If you guys have seen that.
If you're playing Batman, you're doing something right. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say I don't think typecasting is as big a deal as it used to be. I mean, I think over the decades, it's gotten to be where people are used to people jumping from role to role.
Well, The thing about typecasting is it's consistent work.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that you gotta, for working actors, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And same, like I talk to a lot of wrestlers and stuff, and it's not necessarily a bad thing to get stuck in a role because it's
I
paying the
mean,
bill every
yeah,
week.
consistency is key in that situation. Like, and if it does pay the bills, then why not? Play to
Exactly.
that.
Now, the last question I will ask, and once it is answered, I will explain why I asked. So, Gary, when you are in the grocery store, can you reach the items on the top shelf?
Yeah, if I stand on the bottom shelf. I mean, the ones that are up front I can grab, but the ones in back, I got to get on the bottom shelf.
Okay. Patrick?
Not to try to steal Gary's answer, but I need to get probably 2 more shelves up.
Blaze?
I mean, yeah, a normal store. I mean, probably not something like IKEA, but
Right. Okay.
Yeah, if you're Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, we should have asked that. What kind of store are we talking here? Are we talking Bed Bath and Beyond?
The grocery store. Just
Okay.
Well, like
Okay.
if I go to Walmart, I probably could. It would take, I definitely would
Sure.
have to put effort. But
the reason that I ask is because it was one of the first questions that I was ever asked. One of the first interviews I ever did years ago, and I'm 6'4". So the grocery store, the shelves at the grocery store are not a problem for me. And I did the math, and I think 8% of my life has been spent helping little old ladies get shit off the top shelves. So if you ever hear that I'm a top shelf guy, that's what they're talking about. I'm an asshole, but if you short people need help, I'm there.
Okay. So I gotta ask, what is your definition of short? Like being in that perspective, then?
Well, I'll put it this way: I have I have 2 ex-wives and my third wife. My first ex-wife was 4'5".
Whoa.
My second ex-wife was 5'1", and my current wife is 5'2". Now, it's not necessarily that I'm into short chicks, but when you're as big as I am, you don't have that many options. There are a lot.
There are so many other options.
There's plenty. When you're this tall, it's everybody. If you're under 5'10", you're short to me.
Wow.
Okay.
But primarily the cutoff, like when I got married the first time, my ex had to stand on a stool, a step, like those steps that you get.
Yeah, like an apple crate.
Yeah, because otherwise the pictures would have been all fucked up.
Wow.
I can see that.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, and don't ever.
Okay,
I was 19. I was stupid.
Hey.
Married and divorced twice before I was 30, gentlemen. And
hey, there you
the
go.
marriage that I'm currently on, we just celebrated 15 years. So
hey, congratulations, man. That's awesome.
It's when you know.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's like when you know, and her and I met at the worst fucking Halloween party I've ever been to in my life. But we got into a conversation about Eddie Izzard, and the rest of the night just kind of blew by. So it was cool. And now we live in Arizona. So the release for these start tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
On your YouTube?
The Spooky Ventures YouTube channel and the Spooky Ventures Facebook channel. Your Facebook page.
Excellent. And I'm hoping that next month we'll be debuting on Tower Television.
Oh, cool.
Because my new channel launches in about 6 weeks.
Nice.
Heyo.
It is 100% dedicated to indie horror creators, writers, musicians, filmmakers. If you're out there and you're busting hump and you're saying the hell with the rules, we're going to do things the way that we want to do them, then hit me up, folks, because I've got 24 hours, 7 days a week. I've got a TV channel. I can run whatever I want, uncut, uncensored. there's never been, and I've seen like, and I'm not saying there's never been a hard to, sure, Shutter does what Shutter does, and they're great. And, but this is an opportunity for people who I've seen their work, and it just blows me away with, with what folks are doing out there with determination and 25 cents in their pocket. And that for me is the key. It's like they're taking something from nothing and they're creating these images. They're visceral, or they're just amazing work. And and there's nobody out there. YouTube's a pain in the ass. Facebook's a pain in the ass. A lot of the streaming services want to charge you obscene amounts of money to run your stuff. We've got a package. We've got packages for feature-length films all the way down to short films. Price-wise, forget about it. You're not going to get any better pricing than what I'm going to be able to give you to air your stuff on national television. It's Tower TV. Will be live June 15th. So hit me up if you're interested. And gentlemen, my table is always open. So feel free to hit me up if you want to get involved. I got so much stuff going on. Always looking for people, new folks to work with. And we're building I don't want to say family, but I'm building a team that sees what I see. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. And that's the important thing is, it's not about me and my shit anymore. It's about helping other people get that foot in the door. And I'm trying to create an even playing field for everybody. So that's my plan. And obviously, you guys, like I said, hit me up if you want to do anything. We can. It's so crazy. I've got table shows coming up. I've got like talk shows, interviews, reviews. So we're always going to be looking for stuff. We're always going to be spinning the wheels and putting the spotlight out where it deserves. And I know we just recently lost Cinema Wasteland, which really sucked because they were a great platform for the indie filmmakers. But you know what? Hey, I got a platform. I got a TV channel. Maybe we don't have to lose what Cinema Wasteland stood for. So that's my plan. That's my goal. Is let's all. I don't need to be like Elon Musk rich or anything. I'd really rather not be that rich. But let's make sure that we're hitting the right targets. And it is an open call, and I'm excited because I've got some great folks coming on board, and we've got some really neat stuff happening. So, not to toot my own horn, just to let people at home know this is what's going on. So, gentlemen, tomorrow you'll be debuting here, or tonight, and we're live now, actually. So we already do. Tomorrow you'll be debuting on Spooky Ventures, and then what's next from there?
The Passage, which is another one both of these guys are in, will be coming out in late in June. Sorry. I don't remember the exact date, so maybe the 27th. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, it'll be coming out. And then we've got 3 more that we shot, which are coming out over the summer. They're not 3 of them aren't finished yet. We still have outdoor scenes to shoot. But so those are all coming out. And for me, I mean, we're shooting this weekend. We're shooting the opening scene for We're Not Alone with a bunch of with 4 other people who were actually almost all of the shoot for these. But so we're doing that this Saturday, and then we're going to film the rest of that movie this fall. And I'm hoping to get started on the Kaiju spoof, the Coming of Kaiju Bob.
Yes.
So I'm hoping to get that going soon. That's going to be fun.
We're going to have fun stuff. Patrick, where can we find you online?
You can find me online at Snatty Lawler on Facebook. SNATTYLAWLOR Lawler.
All right.
So,
and,
yep.
Blaze?
Yes, I primarily use Instagram for my acting stuff. Blaze.skiro. It's just my first name, last name with a dot in between. So
Cool.
Oh, I just realized I mispronounced your last name, Blaze. I'm sorry.
you and everybody else in the world, it's okay.
Blaze, why do you gotta have such a crappy last name, dude? Why do you gotta piss us all off by, stepping on your toes?
Nope, it's okay. It's okay. I'm used to it. So.
No,
it's all
you're a great human being, man. I'm sorry.
All right, gentlemen,
Okay.
I want to
appreciate
thank you for your time tonight. It's Gary. It's always a pleasure to see you, gentlemen. Very nice to meet you. Hang with us, folks, because like I said, we're going to the top, and I'm going to get us there, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun doing it. So I will see you guys next week on THC Time, where our guest will. Oh, maybe. Yeah. I may not want to spill the beans on that. We're going to go ahead and go out on this last commercial break, folks. We'll see you next week.
Banded together from remote galaxies are a gathering of the most sinister horror creators of all time, the Shadow Hat Society, dedicated to a single objective, the conquest of the horror realm.